Yep. We are live to YouTube
Okay.
and rendering at the same time. Let me see. I've got Facebook. Log out of that. You know, funny thing happened when I had this thing. When you log into StreamYard, it wants you to put in that code. It sends you an email. When you log into, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, that's
it
me.
wants you to maybe lower your speaker. I don't know.
No, I had the other browser up so I could look at the chat.
All right. There he is.
Pop the chat.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
The YouTube one, so you could pop the chat?
Yeah, because on Chrome, I can see the chat, but I can't respond to it.
Right. I have to open it and pop it out myself. And then once I pop it out, it goes down to the bottom. All right, I got it. Guess who joined us? Arthur.
Oh, I got my little new toy here. So let's see if I can fly that drone in through the piano back there.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a free FR Sky X7 Tyrannus Q.
Or what are you going to use that bad boy on?
Well, on my 5-inch quad that I've got.
Oh, okay. The one that you and Mitch were working on?
Yep. So I'm going to download Betaflight and start practicing.
Well, that's right. You can do a simulator with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Betaflight a simulator?
Yeah.
No, that's the program to get the drone operating.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but you could. It's got a simulator on it, I think. I'll have to ask Mitch. But yeah.
I did send Mitch a email.
All right, cool.
Because I have something I want to show him, which will be funny when he.
Cool.
If he sees it. I don't know who is seeing us if we're on. Who's this private chat?
Oh, I don't see anybody in the chat.
I know, I don't either.
Uh-oh, did you set it to private?
No. What? No.
Huh.
You're live.
Oh.
And I'm not private, right, Steve?
Oh.
You're live.
Yeah, okay.
I'm watching it on YouTube.
Okay. And so am I. I've got it on.
Hey,
oh, there we go. There's Russell.
Hello.
Hello, Al. Hello,
How you guys doing?
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Steve. Had a lot of fun up in South Dakota. Caught
I noticed. I watched both your videos.
Hey, Al.
What's going on, Art?
Man, doing all right. Loaded a couple videos today. Got a fishing video and my RoboMaster / Mavic.
I did see your RoboMaster / Mavic. I watched some of it on the replay. I'm surprised. Can't you shoot the Mavic down? Can't you shoot the drone out of the sky? But you're ready to do that.
It does come with these little plastic pellets, but that'd just be one more thing for me to pick up, and I don't bend very well at the middle.
You got to pick up all those pellets up. There's no way for like you know, it'd be cool if you know how they have that that round sweeper that's a magnet. It rolls and picks everything up.
Oh yeah, it's called not Furby, but
I don't know what the heck it's called.
It's called "Don't Get Any Flat Tires." Use it on the construction site.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, there's Adrian.
Hey, you want some?
Yo, Adrian.
I did
What's up,
send you an
Adrian?
email link.
Hello,
Let's
Russell.
see.
Oh, now he's giving me crap already.
I know. And you said 8:30. Did I say 8:30? But there's the link, Adrian.
Hello, Ron.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good, good, good.
That thing is still rendering. I'm rendering a preview instead of rendering the whole video because I'm going to add to it later. But Ron, well, I wish Al, I didn't catch you early enough in time.
What's
I
up?
got, well, you'll see. I got Ron to make a little snippet that I put on the end of this video. See, I went to a park. Here's Adrian. Ron to make a little snippet that I put on the end of this video. See, I went to, all right, Adrian, lower that volume. Here's Adrian.
What's up, Adrian?
Ron to make a little snippet that I put on the end of this video. See, I went to, all right,
shit.
Adrian,
Hold
lower
on.
that volume.
Sorry.
Okay.
You better be.
I don't even know what
Yeah, you better be.
What?
You both got
How
it
are
right,
you,
too.
Adrian?
What's going on, Steve? Al, Art,
What's up,
Ron,
Adrian?
Yeah.
Jim. I know this is your last stream, but I still feel the same way about you. I don't
I
care.
know. I know.
Well, let's get on with Techie Tuesday because we can't talk about nothing else. Only tech stuff.
That's right. Well, you got to learn something
Mm-hmm.
like editing, like I am.
Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Let me go.
Yeah. I saw your video where you said, how do you like my editing skills and all that? And you didn't edit it. Oh, here's Mitch. Now, how do I'm going to pop out and let Mitch come in and say hello.
Okay. No, that's Brian.
No, that's Brian.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up,
Brian.
Brian? How you doing?
I mean, they're both bald, but Mitch has a goatee.
What's up, Al?
Yeah, put your
What's
glasses
going
on.
on, man?
Oh, there.
There's so much dirt on him, I can't see at him.
He said,
No, it wasn't your glasses, it was Jim's. He called you Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. well, and there you go, right there. He
How are you, Brian?
probably went to clean his. There you go.
There you go. 3 minutes into the stream, and we're looking at the Adrian chair.
Yeah. There we go.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if any of you got a chance to.
Mr. Ronald Lockwood. I heard that. Now, you see what I got right here? Do you see this? Don't make me get you now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of you saw Geek Vana's show here a little while ago. He had his name is Dr. Pascal Lee. He's part of the. Well, hello there, Mr. Hope.
So,
Chris.
He's part of the Mars booth. He's an astronaut. He's an astrophysicist, but a scientist and geologist, and part of the moon exploration. And they were talking about how they're using drones up in the Arctic on this island over there that is the closest the closest conditions to what it would be like on Mars. And they're doing test flights, and they're flying drones inside lava flow. What do you call it? The tubes. And then go through, and it was all frozen over. I'll tell you what, go back and watch it. I mean, it is just mesmerizing. This guy, what he had on and what Sean had on to show the stuff, phenomenal. What they're looking forward to do of taking them and using drones back when they go to the moon.
To the moon or Mars?
Moon's first, obviously.
We're going to have to take turns coming in and out.
Hey,
Okay.
I don't think a drone will work on the moon. There's very, very little atmosphere for it.
Same thing in Mars.
Well, Mars has a bigger
We're playing musical squares.
The rotor blades on the helicopter that they were using there are 1.4 meters in diameter.
Wow.
I'm out, Jim. I'll see you in chat, buddy.
Okay, good.
Oh, all right.
Chris,
1.4 millimeters?
Meters.
Oh, okay. Each one.
What's going on, Jet Santiago?
Yeah, that's darn big. It's about, what, 4 feet? Yep.
He was talking about because of exactly you have to have lift because of the atmosphere and I mean he was just a
1.5.
bundle of knowledge.
Right.
It's a really, really good interview that Sean had with him. So if you get a chance, go watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Now, what was this for? What was the project for?
It was a
It's for he works on the Mars project, going to the Mars, and they're setting up like this camp assembly up in the Arctic on this island up there that is the closest to the not the atmosphere, but the closest to the ground capabilities and the ground of Mars that we have here on Earth.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Their biggest threat right now is they go up there for the summer. He lives up here in Mountain View, California, right? Not too
right
far
by me.
from Al.
Yeah, it's
And,
right down the way.
Yeah. And
I knew a guy. This is how long ago, or how old we are, or whatever. I knew a guy who actually worked on the lunar module, the LEM.
Yeah.
Back in the day for the moon landing. He was so excited. I mean, that project was everything to him, you know?
Mhm.
here's a question for you guys. It's been 3 times now. The third time actually was the other day out with Art. I was only 100 yards away. This is the 3rd time I've lost signal with the smart controller and the Mavic 2 Pro. And thank God it did what it's supposed to do. You know, it went into go home mode. Well, I'm just wondering, like, do I need to send this thing in, send the drone in, send the controller in, send them both in?
That's the exact problem I was having with the Matrice 210. Steve remembers back when I was 8,000 feet out, Steve. I showed you the air map.
man,
They
crazy.
disconnected for minutes at a time.
Wow.
The one point was 40 some seconds. He
Yep.
lost it for
And
the first time.
yeah, and it was repetitive.
Oh, wow.
Kept losing signal.
Wow.
And
Hey,
that's
Brian.
got the
I'm sorry.
RTK on it with those
Playing with that spry.
those
That's what I was
little
gonna ask.
Right.
RTK antennas, which you put on the ground, you connect it to the ground station.
Mhm.
So you're not playing with just the regular signal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was losing. And Ron, one day it would do it, the next day it would fly just fine. And then it just kept getting repetitive to now where I got to send it back in. I haven't sent it in because of all this COVID. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if they were open or not. I mean, guys were talking about DJI closing their stores, like the one in New York and the one in California. I didn't know if they were reducing staff or shutting down the repair center out in California. That's down by you, isn't it, Steve?
Up by Al.
Oh, it's up by Al?
Oh, there's one up here? Where?
California.
I thought there was
It's,
one down south.
No, it's up by Mountain View as far as I thought.
It's Service?
El Cerritos?
Yeah, something
Isn't
like
that down
that.
by you, Steve?
Sausalito? No, that's
El
up on the
Cerrito. El
It's with a
Cerrito.
C.
Oh, El Cerrito?
Yeah.
Oh, that's down by here, down by
that's
LA.
down here. Yeah.
Now,
Art,
Kelly.
you saw how further I was the other day. I was only at the most couple hundred yards from us
Yeah.
and losing signal. And I had the same problem a few weeks ago, one of the last times I had it out.
Now, Ron, you didn't have that problem when we were up at the lake, did you?
Yeah, that was at the lake.
That was at the lake too?
Yeah, you're stood on the dock. That's when I was filming. And I said, hey, I lost signal. That's where I lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's weird.
First it's scary, and then it gets annoying.
Yeah.
You get mad because, all right. But the thing with me was it was so spotty, it would happen one day and not the next day. But then I finally wound up with, I don't know if the Mavic 2 Pro does this, but the yellow blinking lights saying it wouldn't connect.
There you go, Brian. You want some?
No, not good for my health.
What's the minimum amount of satellites that you guys will fly?
10. You need 10 to take off, don't you?
Yeah.
At 11, if you look at UAV forecast, I think it's set for anything under 12. It tells you it's not good to fly unless you go through to readjust the settings in it.
Yeah, remember that if you're in a city, you can put that thing up at like 10, 15%. Like Philly Mike, he's in between buildings. He doesn't need it to be reading the whole way. He can just read the 10%. The angle,
Right.
the degree.
Right.
That it's reading the
Do you guys completely rely on that app? Meaning, if it told you not to fly, and you drove somewhere to go fly, you won't fly.
No, I don't rely
Seriously?
on it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. So you don't rely on the app.
I don't.
No, I don't either. I just rely on my feel, what I feel when I'm out there. If I remember I flew a couple weeks ago, I took the Mavic Air up to this lake, and it was really windy. I just wasn't feeling. I said, I just don't feel right, man. So, I don't look at them maps. I can tell what the wind speed is when I'm standing there.
Well, that's the thing. When we were flying with that last video I put up, it said the wind was 34 miles an hour steady and gusting at 45. Now, granted, you can hear the wind in that video, even though I did use Audio Director to take the wind sound out. But we were still able to fly pretty darn good without struggling. If your drone's going to struggle to the point of it's no fun, or you're in fear of losing it, then you just say the hell with it,
Right. You don't want to make the whole flight worrying about whether it's going to disappear. There's no fun in that. That's just constant stress. That you don't want that.
A pucker factor.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you that spry came in.
How much you pay for that, bro?
700.
That's the one that's water you could take out from the water, right?
I was going to say, is that the splash drone?
Yeah, this is just the Spry Plus, not the Splash Drone. The reason I like this one is because this one, the controller is waterproof also. The Splash Drone, the controller is not waterproof.
What's the camera on there? Are you using like a GoPro, or does it have a camera in it?
No, it's got a camera inside there. Let's see there. It's inside
there.
You are. And it moves too. It's not just
it's got a gimbal in there. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little gimbal in there. Yeah.
Is that covered? Is that covered all the time, Brian?
Yeah, it's covered.
No,
Can you take that off? Like
no. You can't take this off. Then it won't be waterproof.
Okay. Yeah. Saying if you wasn't flying in water.
Yeah. It's solid, man. I mean, this thing is built like a tank.
It looks it. Who makes that?
Swell Pro.
Swell Pro.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
They make that Splash Drone. That thing's been around for a long time.
They had them at CES, Brian, with a big fish tank there, and they had both the drone and the controller in the water, just sitting there floating.
This one here, you can put the controller in the water. The controller is waterproof on this one.
What's the resolution? What's the resolution you get on
4K.
that?
It says 4K. Yeah.
Now, Brian, that Swell Pro, do they also make ED medication too?
I don't know what they make other than these drones. Yeah, I don't know.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, it's Swell Pro.
I actually only bought this for one reason. Is that when I go out somewhere to fly, and it starts raining, I can at least do something. You know what I mean? I can some kind of I didn't waste a trip. Yeah.
There you go.
I drove all the way up to this lake. It's like an hour and something away the other day, and I got there, and the damn state they had it boarded off. I mean, what the hell?
What
Yeah,
was
they had it roped off. You couldn't drive into it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Where was that, Brian?
This was Lake Somerset. It was it's about 70 miles from here or something like that, you know. So I went to another lake that wasn't roped off, you know. So I went and flew a couple flights at this other lake.
You guys are not shelter in place anymore, right?
We never were shelter in place, but nothing's open here. I mean, I did this Monroeville. I did a Monroeville Mall video the other day. I flew all the way around the Monroeville Mall.
Oh, that's right.
I saw that one.
And it's dead, man. There's nothing open here. Nothing here has been open for a month and a half.
Yep.
No bars, no barber shops. I need a damn haircut. I mean, nothing is open here at all except grocery stores and drugstores. Basically, that's it.
Right.
You know,
how far do you live from the Monroeville Mall?
About a quarter mile.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. What I'm trying to remember, is it 70s or 80s? What movie, that big movie that was filmed there?
It wasn't a big movie. It was a successful movie. It was just Dawn
of the Dead?
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yeah.
You remember that?
Wow. A long time ago, yeah.
There's still those arches and all that when I was filming that stuff. There's a lot of the stuff that hasn't even changed from that when that movie was made. There's a lot of, you know, things that are still there, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the tile and the arches and all that other stuff, you know.
Well, Brian, I used to live up in Du Bois
area. Yeah, that's not far from here.
No,
it's not too far.
No.
But anyway, so they drained like 7 lakes about 3 years ago in Pennsylvania to do repair the dams. You know, Lake Somerset was one of them. Now they haven't refilled that one yet, but that other one, that Lake Donegal, they refilled that. So they have that open. But yeah, for them to have that thing roped off like that was ridiculous. I mean, there's nothing happening there. There's no water in the damn lake. It's not like you're going to go in there and drown. You know what I mean? You might fall in some mud, but I don't know.
It's the same thing here in California, Brian. We had our illustrious governor who shut down all the Orange County beaches because they protested and went out there the weekend before. Yeah. So then it was nothing but a big political rhetoric. Well, now that he says, "Oh, we had a good working relationship with the Board of Supervisors." Well, our Board of Supervisors already had sent him a letter telling them we're going to start opening up our beaches. And this last weekend, Newport Beach, all the other beaches that did open up, and they didn't shut down again. Yeah, the police wouldn't arrest a single person. They went out and they said, "We're not arresting anybody. So I don't care if he put out an order or not. We're not going to enforce it."
Right, an order's no good if you don't enforce it anyway. So
yep,
we kind of had that here where they said it was short-lived because they opened them back up again. The beaches where you weren't supposed to go to the beach. That made no sense to me. You're out in open air.
Right.
Yep.
In the sun.
In the sun.
You know, I want to see these damn governors try to enforce these masks when it's 90 degrees outside. I can't breathe with them things on now.
Yeah.
They are so hard to breathe through.
You know, I just have a hard. I can go like maybe 15 minutes with one of them on, then I got to take it off. You know, shit. I mean, I smoked cigarettes for 38 years, so you know my lungs ain't like A1 condition here.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here in Denver, they have a mandatory wear your mask.
Well, they have that here too. The mask thing.
Yeah.
When you go outside, you have to have the mask on, and they could shove it up their ass.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory in Santa Clara
County. I'm fed up with this, man. I'm just
some other places.
That's what it is, Brian. You can only cry wolf for so long, you know?
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's not mandatory, Al, up there?
Not in Santa Clara County. Not in the county.
The governor put it mandatory.
but it's in other counties they're requiring, like Fremont, the city of Fremont, they're requiring them to wear some sort of mask.
Well, I just got I'm a Costco member, and I know on Sunday they came out with a new thing saying if you come in, you have to have a mask on.
Even in Wyoming has the least amount of cases of the whole U.S.
Right.
And I can't cross the border. It's a half an hour away.
That's what. Yeah, I was surprised you got through driving up there, Art.
Well, I actually, Art, I don't know whether you know this, but I actually checked for you.
Uh-huh.
I actually went on to the governor's site or webpage or whatever.
Right.
And I actually called my boss that I work for in Wyoming and just to double check, but it said as long as you are not using Wyoming as your destination, you may pass through.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I was going to turn you around and say, don't try and come in here because it's like $1,000 fine.
Yeah.
What, they got the whole state sealed off? They won't let anybody in? Holy cow.
Well, New Mexico's that way too, isn't it? I think New Mexico did the same thing too.
Other than
no, they're not letting anybody in, and they're not letting anybody out. That's at least what I thought I heard the other day in the news early in the morning.
Well, I know Michigan's ridiculous.
I don't think that these governors realize how many people are going to actually lose their jobs over this and their livelihoods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brian, I don't think they give a shit.
The long-term effects of this thing is going to be devastating for hundreds of thousands of people.
My stepdaughter's been out of work since they started this crap.
Well, I mean, I haven't missed a day of work because the business I'm in, I'm working every day. But I know tons of people that haven't worked for 6 weeks.
Yep.
And then these business owners, these small business owners, not all of these guys are getting just these big handouts.
Oh, I know. Well, the neighboring county to us here, I'm in Orange County, and in Riverside County, which the city of Riverside is in, obviously, they have put the mandatory stay-at-home through the end of the month, even though the governor is saying the 15th, and we're slowly opening up cities. But like for us here in Orange County, we are so minuscule. I mean, the amount of the population, because we're 3 point some odd million people here in our county, and we're a small plot of area. We're not that big. And we've got such a minimal amount of people that lost their lives. The normal flu in a normal year takes out, 5 times more as many people at this time of year that have suffered from this.
Well, the recovery rate on this thing is 98%. So if you get this, you had a 98% chance of surviving.
Right.
It's not like if you get this and you're going to die. But the media is making you think if you get this, you're dead meat. You know what I mean?
They were spreading that
the recovery rate is 98%.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're finding out is how many people have already had it and didn't even know they had it.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. I you know what? I probably had it because I had a cold that really dragged me down, but didn't feel like a fever, and I just thought it was a regular old cold.
Well, then hopefully you built an immunity, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Those 2 doctors that got pulled off from our favorite social media video channel that we're on, that they pulled them off after I forget how many million views they got, and they pulled it off.
Yep.
He was actually on. He did an interview with him, and he was on with Sebastian Gorka today on a live vocal radio show, and he's in up by Bakersfield, and has a spot up there. And he was talking about the amount of people they have in. And the other thing is how many people have turned this into the big political thing of the hospital saying that the doctor has to put down if he had a dry cough, it's immediately this
Right.
virus,
Yep.
I
so they
worry
can
about
get federal
long-term
funding.
Right. I worry about the long-term
Yeah.
effects of this, where these governors have got this power-hungry thing going on. I mean, are they going to try to pull this next year when some flu season hits?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
shut
what
down,
I'm
everybody stay home. You know, nobody can. You know, where does this go?
If
That's
we
what I
fall into this trap, I mean, you can't let this happen. That's like, what was that? The Patriot Act they put in after 9/11.
Mhm.
It's a good thing that this never got that far as martial law.
I mean,
Yeah.
Japan,
Well,
they
you
never
know,
closed anything.
has.
They just made everybody wear masks all the time until it went away.
you know
That's what they
who's
did in Japan. They closed nothing.
the people that are in entertainment really got hurt by this, such as musical acts, comedians, theater groups.
Well, it's the whole service industry. The
Yeah.
casinos are closed. Everything is closed.
Restaurants,
Anything where
bars, every place.
Any place where anybody can gather is closed. So
As-
all
as
restaurants,
Mar-
all bars, all casinos, all sporting events, the whole service industry is being destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah, think of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you guys have anything by you starting to open back up, or is it just Florida?
Nothing
No.
by me.
No things here. I actually got my hair cut today. I had to wear a mask. When I went in, I had a 12 o'clock appointment. I got there at 10 of, and they made me wait outside until my girl was ready.
Wow.
And then I actually kind of enjoyed that. My girl does my hair wearing a little mask. She actually looked kind of hot. You know, told her I should keep that for the summer. You know, you look hot in that. So, kind of reminds me of a nurse. You know, it's a medic thing.
Hey, did anybody order the Mavic Air 2?
No.
Al?
No.
Steve?
No, but I'd like to get one though. Be better than my old Mavic Air that I have.
Mavic Air is still great. The regular Mavic Air is
it
still
is.
great.
But here's the deal: the Mavic Air 2 has OcuSync.
Yeah.
Whereas the old one uses
Has
Wi-Fi.
OcuSync too.
Huh?
The new
A 17
Mavic Air 2
minutes
has
flight.
OcuSync 2. Not OcuSync 1, has OcuSync 2. Big difference.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have the Mavic Air 1, you know, I can see the upgrade, but if you have the Mavic 2 Pro or Zoom,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
unless 60
Yeah.
FPS is that important to you, then I can't see upgrading. I really
Yeah.
can't.
Well, I don't have the Mavic Pro 2. I have the Mavic Pro 1, but I don't have
Right.
the 2. So
That's still better than the Air 2.
Brian, did you pick one up?
yeah, I ordered one. Yeah, I was actually the first. I think I was the first one. Actually, the first one that got it.
Do you know when you're supposed to get it?
It's 001. When they released, I was on the website, man. As soon as it popped, because it was supposed to be at 9:30. No, it was at about 9:12. And as soon as it flashed up on the website, I did it right then.
I was going to ask you, Jim. I see. So I guess Rick is still in the hospital.
Yeah.
You got
Oh, he is?
okay.
Get better, Rick.
Yeah.
Who's in the
Get
hospital?
well, friend.
Our buddy,
Rick Albert.
Rick Albert.
Yeah.
but they checked him out, and he told me that it wasn't. He told me that they told him, and that I could relate this, that it was not his heart. So
Yeah, he had a heart issue last year, I think.
yeah, he's been through that
Yeah.
bypass and all that stuff before. So
Rick, did they keep you
Oh,
just?
there he is, right there.
yeah,
Is that what he said, Jim? Was it just for observation? The reason they kept him, or
yeah. Plus, he's got breathing issues, you know,
okay.
and
Okay.
he's still got to control his diabetes. Steve, you know about that.
Okay. Guys, I had a nice session with Al last night. Again, I don't know what you guys use, but we went into Final Cut Pro, and I learned a lot from Al. I'd be curious what you guys use as far as when you start to color grade. Do you rely on LUTs, or do you like to do things manually? And I guess the other question I have for everyone, where do you start? Do you start at exposure? Do you start with color, changing your shadows, your lights, your darks? You know, where do you guys start? What's important to you?
When you and I were talking earlier, Ron, and I was doing that video of the park, and I applied a LUT, and I didn't like how, even though it was bright, it was noon. There were shadows underneath the trees, and anytime I applied a LUT, it added to that shadow like it was almost too dark.
Right.
Even though I can take the LUT from 100%, I can take it all the way down to 0.
Right. So the word I was looking for, I couldn't think of earlier, was so it's really screwing up your dynamic range. In other words,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the LUTs do.
Yeah.
What I do sometimes is I'll put the LUT in there and then try to adjust from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Manually mess with it after I put it in there.
Mhm.
So I have like these like couple hundred of them, and I'll just like put the video up there, and then I'll find the spot that I want to correct. You know, the most part that I would want to look the best. I'll scan to that part of the video, and then I'll just start dropping the LUTs in there. And that one looks like crap. Undo, go to another one, undo that one, go to another one, and I'll go, okay, maybe I can work with that. And then I'll just go to the adjusters and start farting around with them. That's kind of how I do it.
What do you use, Brian, for your editor?
For if I want to, there's this LumaFusion.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got.
It's a phone thing. It's for my iPhone 11 Pro.
Right.
I don't think they make it for the PC.
No, they make it. I have it for my iPad. Yeah, I wish they would make it for an iMac, man. That would be awesome.
So I go in there and I'll fart around with that there, and then I'll get it looking kind of like where I want it, and then I'll throw it into one of my PC things because I can see better on the PC screen, you know, than I can on the little phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll have to work the video a couple times before I can get it back to where I want it. But then a lot of times I'll just start out with the color.
Right.
You know, I'll just like kick up some saturation, or if I think it's too much light, I'll dim that part and throw some more color in there, and then I'll work from there with it. You know, I try to get the color set the way I want it before I start messing with the black points and the contrast and all that crap. You know, I get the color kind of where I want it first.
Right.
But starting with a LUT gives you somewhere to start.
There's the pro Al. He's the one that knows all this crap. So
I
you want to talk
do it completely different. I work with the exposure first, then I put the lighting, and then I add stabilization. So that's how my workflow is. But usually,
that's because you're a pro.
No, I'm not no pro.
You do your exposure.
Those guys out there are blowing out of the water. I do my exposure before. I don't do any LUTs. I work with the exposure. I do all that manually, but I read it off the scopes. You know, the scopes, 0 to 100, and then you keep it. Try to keep it between that, and not crush your blacks, and you know, not overdo your highlights because you'll see the noise and stuff like that. That's why I start with that. I always start with that.
I practiced a little more of that today, Al. Just play.
You did?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work starting from nothing like that.
Really? I think on Final Cut Pro, man, it's pretty easy. I think I've worked with it for so long. It's just like, it's like a part of my workflow. You know what I mean? I kind of like prefer it that way.
That H265 video, though, that thing, the whole thing was so pale. It's like working in a haze and then adding everything. It's a real job on that.
Oh, you're talking about D log M?
Yeah.
The flat D log M. Yeah, that's
flat
yeah.
That's
I've never seen Al is, and again, I realize it's a lot less powerful program, but I honestly can't remember having any kind of a lag or a holdup on LumaFusion versus like last night. If you notice, there I was working on Final Cut and things were kind of locking up a little bit.
Once you start adding layers and stuff, that's what usually happens. Right?
Yeah.
If your computer can't handle the processing power,
right,
usually starts fans kicking up. Sounds like your computer's ready to blast off. That's how my computer sounds.
Well, that
so you can't do so much.
Is that LumaFusion? The only thing I've ever done with that was work with the color. because the thing I've never edited a video in there. It's too damn confusing.
Really?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It goes through 4K footage pretty good. No buffering, no like that skipping. And you could like play your tune and your music and set it up and cut your workout on that and then export it to Final Cut Pro and then do all your stabilization and your coloring and all that stuff. If you wanted to.
Hi guys.
Man,
It's a tough crowd, man, to get a word in edgewise here.
Okay,
You know, I didn't mean to butt in.
Okay, back to it, guys. What were you saying?
There you go, Mitch.
Art's got a new radio. Look at that. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Cool.
impressive.
Now, that simulator, was that Betaflight that you used?
No,
Okay.
Velocidrone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I
didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I've been watching you for a while, and I was going to come in. I saw 6 guys, and so I just came in, and I figured, well, I'll just, I'm watching anyway. I'll just sit there until one of you guys decided you wanted to go to bed, and then Jim put me right in there and replaced Art. I felt bad about that. And now Jim is gone.
Well, is Jim there? Tell Jim to pop me out because I'm gonna go barbecue dinner out in the blacktop, the griddle out in my backyard. So I'm just gonna be listening. I'll be on the chat. So I'll drop out.
Okay.
And then I'll probably
Somebody
come in
else.
later.
Oh, thanks.
Art's gone again.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be listening to you guys. I'm gonna go queue right now.
All right, Al. Good to
All right,
see
guys.
you, buddy.
Take care.
Have a good dinner.
Enjoy that barbecue.
Hey, Paulie, Drone Bum is in the chat. How you doing, buddy?
Paulie!
Hey, there's Paul. Good to see you.
He's Jim. Hi, Jim. Sorry I missed you yesterday, buddy.
I got a whole thing ready for you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you fly out there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. The bugs didn't get you?
Nah, there was only a couple of love bugs around me at the time.
They were swarming all over me when I left. I like I said, I got there early and I flew for an hour and something, and then
You didn't fly for an hour. 'Cause you
Yes,
weren't
I did.
there at noon.
What?
You weren't there at noon.
I was. I absolutely was. I had done flying. I was sitting in my car waiting for you.
I texted
Right over
you.
there. I didn't get any texts.
Okay. Well, there were 2 of them.
Well, you see, here's what happens when you text me, but I get it in, and it ends up coming to my email, not my text. You're texting it to my email address.
On my phone
And-
messages?
Yeah, your phone messages come via MMS to my Gmail account for some stupid reason. You're not texting to my phone number.
I don't know why. It's hooked up to your, because when I put the whole logo comes up and everything on
Right,
my,
that's right. But you're texting it to my Gmail account.
that's half an excuse, Ron. What do you think?
No, I got it right here. I'll show you.
Half, but
I saved it here. Let me.
That's
Hold
because
on.
he
And
hasn't
I
given
saw it. You know when I
hasn't
saw
given
it
you
when
his
I.
phone number.
No, Jim, he has my phone number. Listen, when I pulled into my driveway, when I got home and pulled into my driveway, and I don't keep my mobile data on because I don't use it. So as soon as I pulled into my driveway and my phone hooked up to my Wi-Fi in my house, my phone goes ding, 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 and I look and there's 2 Gmail from you, and those are the Gmails that said that you were there waiting for me, and I didn't get them until I got home. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you the emails.
Okay.
Jim got stood up at the prom.
It's true. Right? I don't know what else to say. I mean,
Hold on a second. Let's see if I didn't delete them just for the fun of it. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Gmail.
we got a nice little video surprise.
Above and beyond drones. Good.
I'm still
Good.
just waiting for it to render because I want it to play smoothly on when I play it on here.
I got
You know what? I got one and another thing. Here, I'm gonna show you this. Let me move this over to this monitor, and let me switch to this monitor. Okay, I don't know if you can read this, but right up here it says This is my Gmail account. It says, no subject. I don't see you anywhere. There's the email I got, and it comes from mms@cricketwireless.net, but it ends up in my Gmail account.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't
better
come
cover
in.
this. You better cover this up. You don't want that phone number out there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I
and
don't
then and then Jim, wait a minute. It gets even better. Last night, what time was it? It was
The
at
phone number's still showing,
Four-
guys.
Okay.
doesn't matter. 4:42 p.m. See that 4:42 p.m.
Yeah.
I got another message from you that said loading car.
Now I wonder if you know that I'm always complaining about that Cricket Wireless.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's actually them or what's going on. Who did we lose?
Where did we go? Where'd Mitch go?
He pushed the wrong button.
There he
Pushed
is.
the wrong button. There I am. I'm back. But Jim, I don't understand why when do me a favor right now, send me a text. Right now. Let's figure this out right now.
Because I've got this little yellow thing, and that's what I send my messages by.
But you're not texting. That's not that you're not texting.
Let me show you what you look like here when I go to Mitch.
I know that, but you have my phone number, correct?
Well, obviously, if he's texting you.
Here,
Yeah.
see. This is the quality friggin' brio. Can you see that?
Oh,
Look at the
yeah,
time.
I can see it. Okay. Send me a text right now. Just say hi, Mitch, and send it. And let's see where it ends up just for the fun of it.
There is this thing called modern telephone.
Well, I've got Magic Jack on here, which is a voice over internet protocol, and I've got Cricket Wireless, which is cellular. So
Right.
one of the two should kick in and send the damn message.
Well, but it's sending it to an email account, not a text. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you a text right now, and you tell me where it shows up.
Now
Okay.
it should pop up right here, but go ahead.
All right, hold on a second. Let me find you.
Let me find.
I mean, this is serious now, Jim.
This is bullshit, man.
There's
There it is.
implications.
Okay.
Implications here, author.
All right, I'm going to say hi, Jim, and hit send. Now, I just sent you a text message from my texting app.
And it just came on.
All
Sorry.
right, it did. Now, what I want you to do is reply to that. See where it goes. Because I didn't get that other one from you that you just sent me.
Hi, Jim. Sorry I stood you up. Okay, good.
Where did it go? It's under its own message. I don't know where it went, Mitch.
It went into your texting app, if you got one.
No, it's not in there. Look, it didn't come into the message app.
Right, because if I replied to that email, it probably would. But when I sent a regular old text, like I send from my cell phone, for some reason, no wonder we can never get a hold of each other. I
Where
try to
the hell
call
did
you
it
and text
go?
you, and nothing ever happens.
You may be onto something now because let me check the Gmail. See where that went.
You gonna retract that video, Jim?
No way, Ron. It's too
Now,
good.
you guys all have cell phones, and you have a text app, right? And you text people from your text app, and you get texts in your text app.
It's not in my Gmail. Let me check my regular mail.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out.
It vibrated and it said, Mitch sent you a message. It says, hi, Jim. That's my notifications.
Yeah, but where is it? It's
I
in the
don't
notifications. Well, touch the notification and see where it
do
takes
that.
you.
Oh, okay. That went to my voice over internet protocol. This went to Magic Jack.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, that's your magic. That's your Magic Jack phone number, then, correct?
Right. But
Well,
still,
then, but you didn't text me from that one. Okay, so
No,
from
I-
here on out,
I
if you
texted
want to
from
text,
Cricket Wireless.
no, text me from that. Reply to that text, and let me see where it shows up on my phone.
This thing always wants me to update. And this phone is only 2 gigabytes. So
what's happening? What's happening, Jim, is your text. Yep, I got it right. I just got it right here in my text.
Okay.
So that's what your Magic Jack is, the default app on that phone to send and receive SMS text messages.
I wonder why it's coming to you from my phone message app.
Because
Google is sending it via email.
It somehow, but
yeah,
but from here on out, when this is just something from here on out, if you want to text anybody, use your Magic Jack app now, and they'll get it in their text app rather than round the world through Gmail.
Yeah, what a joke.
So that's why that's why I can never get a hold of you. You can never get a hold of me, and it's strange. Now we can call each other, but you got 2 different phone numbers, right?
Yeah, but calling you works right away.
Well, that's because it's gone through the cellular, and my phone just rings. That has nothing to do with texting. That's just that's going to find me. When I call you, your phone rings. But texting, use your Magic Jack.
I got a great idea. We're gonna send you guys each a manual. It's called Texting for Dummies.
Don't look at me, Steve Carpenter. Don't you give me grief, Steve Carpenter. Mine works right where it's supposed to.
Look what Stingray Ariel put up.
Old men with phones.
Old men with phones.
It's true. Old men with high tech.
High tech and on my end, low knowledge because it's scrambling me. How the heck?
I was out at the park. I was out there.
App is sending it as email. That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah. So text from your Magic Jack number, and you'll send real texts.
That's insane.
And I was out there today. I went out to the park this morning and flew for a while too, but it was early. You were probably still sleeping.
I didn't go to sleep till 7 a.m. this morning, so I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you were definitely sleeping. How did you ever get on this strange schedule anyway?
You lost sleep because you didn't show up yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It was devastating. I almost turned around and went back. I felt bad.
As you should have. You should feel shame. You sat there.
You know what I did instead?
Sat there on your show and said, Jim, I will be there at noon. Why don't you come? When are you going to meet up with me? Why don't you ever fly with me?
I know. And then when noon came and went, I said, that's Jim. Stood me up again.
I was there. I got video proof.
I know you were there. I believed you when you texted me. Well.
Brian, I tried that, and it didn't work for me. Replacing the cigarettes with this stupid thing.
No.
Chris Hope.
I seen that one. You got to get the right one.
Yeah, Matt, Northeast Drones Productions is here too. Matt North.
Yeah, he's been here for quite a while.
How are you?
Ed, love my drones.
Ed. Yeah, look at that.
Special Ed.
Bob Casey joined us. Of course, you all know Chris Hope was here.
19 people.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian. Perfect. I just wanted to throw out to you, if you want to, kind of do something that Al and I did last night. I was on with him for a good hour plus, but he actually was a humongous help to me with Final Cut. So my thing to you, I think I know LumaFusion pretty well. So if you would ever be interested, I'd be glad to, Skype with you or whatever, and show you what I know.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
It's actually not confusing at all.
No, I just, I messed with it because I got it real cheap. They had this sale, and I was doing this other live stream one night, and Ron Brown told me, he goes, "Hey, Brian," he goes, "I just noticed they put that LumaFusion like real super cheap for one night only or something."
Yeah.
So I went and scooped it up, and it does the color correct. I mean, that part is really nice. Okay. but I've never actually made a video. I just pull the clip into the little bar. I'd color correct the crap, and then I just save it and go mess with it somewhere else. You know, because I never thought the editing part was very intuitive at all. I thought it was kind of confusing, and so
So you're still using VSDC?
The color thing is really good. The color part.
I mean, probably the last 15 videos are better. I've done it all with LumaFusion, and I've been fairly happy with them.
Where's that one you did with the moon and all that you were showing Al? It's your desktop screensaver now.
Oh, yeah.
Show that.
On Luminar.
That's that Luminar, that thing that does the backgrounds and all that?
Yeah, well, did you do a 3-layer background on that, Ron?
No, just
I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Well, Luminar will also do your editing and color grading and everything else automatically too, without even adding in all that other stuff. That's what it was originally designed for.
The share.
Yeah, I see it. I gotta.
There's
like I've been sucked into a black hole.
There's the final output of this. Actually, that's a picture of the moon I actually took with the Nikon P1000. The thing I really found interesting about that with Luminar is here's the original picture.
Oh yeah,
that's the original picture.
Right.
This is a photo actually up in Glacier National Park up in Montana. And then I actually did this one, just playing around with the sky and everything. But then I went in. The thing I really like about this is that I took this picture of the moon about 2 weeks ago, and everything obviously everything around it was black. And when I put it in as a I can't remember if it was a layer or a texture, but when I put it into the sky, it actually knew, the program actually knew, it's like, okay, that's part of the sky, and it actually allowed me to put that behind the mountain itself. I mean, that program is so smart that it knew, to put it behind that mountain landscape, which I thought was pretty cool.
Well, and all their ads, on those little YouTube videos they run, those little ads they run,
right.
They always show you them doing something with sky in there where it's wheeling in and out of the stars and so I'm sure their algorithm is for, they have a really good algorithm for picking all these sky blues out and all that. They probably have thousands of different shades of blue in that algorithm, so it knows how to pick that out.
Right.
The way they show it in that ad, it looks like it's a really snap type thing to do that stuff. Like it's pretty simple. Yeah.
I said Steve turned me on to this program, and I've had a blast with it. I'm still practicing, but I actually love it. I think it's a pretty cool program.
It is, and just for going through to more or less say to color grade and just bring your photos out better without adding in all the other stuff. It does a great job of just going through the AI process of bringing it out naturally.
It is wild how it does that.
And if nothing else, the best thing about it is if you're just going into to do basic editing, your color, contrast, do whatever. It's a one and done. You pay one-time fee and you're done. Where Photoshop, from my understanding, I remember when I bought Photoshop years ago, it was a several $100 program. But from what I understand now, you're paying X amount of dollars per month.
I think it's like $14.95 a month or something now.
Yeah.
For what? Which one?
Photoshop.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Depending on which suite you get, if you get like a larger suite with that, like with Elements and
right.
some of the other Adobe like Lightroom and that, I'm sure you pay more per month.
Right. Yeah, they have the little.
Adobe Suite is like $60 a month now. The Creative
I
Cloud.
got a discount of $52.99 a month. I pay.
Right.
Yeah, we're
That's
paying
crazy.
60. Jim, that email, that first text you sent me, just came through this second. My phone just went ding, and I got the Gmail message with the hi in it. So that's crazy.
Holy cow!
That's nuts. That's nuts. And I want to prove something to you, Jim. So you guys, you don't have to make this big, but I just want to show you right here.
So that's
Yeah, 11, I know.
12,
Crazy. It took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. At any rate, here, Jim, is me sitting in the parking lot all by myself.
Where's the
flying my
date
little
stamp
drone.
on that? I don't see the date.
Well, I'm going to show you. I'll show you the file if you want. It was it was the 5th.
Yeah, he played the 5th.
The 5th. I think it was the 5th. Hey, this was the day that, and I was sitting there, and there was nobody in the park. It was completely deserted. And look, right in front, there you see my car. I was parked right there next to the dumpster, and I was just sitting there on a lawn chair, and I was just flying my heart out, just wait. And I was sitting there because I knew I'd see you driving in right there in the front of the park.
Jim, that's because he was there at 11 instead of 12, right?
That's right.
Well, I was there at 11, but I figured I'd get some flying in before Jim got there.
Yeah.
But look at that. Look how empty that place was. Unbelievable, isn't it? Just not a soul in sight.
And it was empty on May 4th too when I was there at noon.
Well, maybe this was the 4th. Hold on. Let me pull up. Let me pull up the file.
I've got video results of the entire
hold on
surface
just a
area
minute,
of the park.
I've got it. I've got it here. Let me just get to the file folder, and
Can you believe this is still rendering the preview?
I don't know why your renderings take that long, man.
I'm trying to render so it'll play smooth when I play it for you guys on here.
This was what video am I looking at here? Let's see. This is video 46. 46 is May the 4th.
Yeah.
This was shot at 12:03 p.m. and I'm gonna show you. So you're gonna have to blow it up here.
Now,
I'm gonna put it right up.
As you keep going.
Watch. No, wait.
Look,
I'm gonna just do this.
To the
Here,
right.
blow it up big. Blow it up.
Oh, anybody can change the EXIF data.
Blow it up. So make me big so
Okay,
everybody can see
boys,
it.
quit your fighting.
Okay. Now wait. There it is. May the 4th, 12:03 p.m. Okay. Now, just so you know, that's the video. I'm going to double click on it, and it's going to start over, and you'll see that was the video I was just showing you. The same one. There I go.
Why isn't that crystal clear? Is that
This is analog. This is my little Tyro 89 with analog video, so it's low res video.
That file should have been crystal clear, though.
No, it's this is what an analog camera looks like.
Now, my car is right off to the right in that other.
You weren't there yet when I was flying this flight at 12:03 p.m. Jim.
Actually, at 12, I was loading the car. That's exactly
there
what
you
the
go.
email says to you.
Yeah, that's where you were when I was flying this flight. You were loading your car. Anyway, it was a nice day. I had the whole park to myself, but the love bugs were starting to come out. And they were sitting there landing all over me while I was flying, and it was very distracting.
Oh.
But what a great place to fly, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
It's a fabulous place. I mean, this part of the park that you're seeing here is only one little corner of it.
There was actually one guy there walking his dog, not in the dog park. They've got this huge dog park, but he takes his dog to pee and crap in the baseball field.
Oh, yeah.
He's special. He's
Yeah.
special.
Don't you just hate
Yeah,
that?
and he wasn't wearing. I bet you he wasn't wearing a mask either.
No, I'm not wearing a mask, but I mean,
No.
come on, man. The baseball diamond is fenced in, so he takes his dog in there to pee and crap all over. And then,
But of course, he
talking
has
on
a
his
plastic.
phone. He's talking on his phone, and he goes, "Oh, that's some guy with a drone." Like he's annoyed at me
Yeah.
while his dog is peeing in on the pitcher's mound.
Well, Jim, he wanted his dog to slide in the turd.
Get it?
Hey, Dan is here. Drone Worship. Hi, Dan. How you doing? I tell you what, that little Tyro 89, that tiny little thing, is a great flying little drone. I have a lot of fun with it.
All right. I
Anyway,
want to see if I can get this.
you can make me small again if you want.
Where's
I'll bring everybody else back in. I was just wanting to prove to you, Jim, that I was there at noon.
I don't know. I don't know if the gang's buying it. Are we
Yeah,
buying it?
well, I don't know. If they're not buying this, they're the same gang that isn't buying the Mike Flynn hoax, you know?
Let me see.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. We know how you can edit the metadata and also the.
All right. Hold on. Make it big again.
No, you don't have to.
I'll show you.
Mitch,
I'll show you
I
this.
can go in there and edit that metadata out and enter that
Yeah.
name out, and I'll make it today's date.
Right, Steve. But in order for me to do that, I would have had to have done it to the other 75 files that were in numerical order, because DJI increments, the goggles increment the feed one time every time. So if I wanted to make a change and try to fool you on this little drive, I would have had to edit every friggin' file. I don't need to work that hard, you know. You know, Occam's razor. You've heard that, haven't you? Occam's
That's
razor.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is. You know what,
Yeah.
Mitch? It's a joke.
I know.
The whole thing is a joke.
No, but I'm sorry I missed you, Jim. I really am, because I was looking forward to that, and in fact, I would have been out there much earlier, but I waited till later because you said noon, and you weren't there, as evidenced by this aerial footage started at 12:03 p.m.
So
and
Ron,
after
back to the conversation.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead. I'll just sit here and fly in the background.
Back to the conversation on editing. You were saying.
Why is this thing still taking so long just to render that?
Well, you need to get rid of that 286, Jim.
It's
286.
It's incredible, Art. This would have been done in 2 minutes. If I wasn't on
StreamYard, he's got an IBM AT with 640K of RAM.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I'm going to cancel this.
Hey, Jim, why don't you just go down to Ken's shop over to his home, Dono, and rip off that brand new computer he just got.
There you go.
That Ryzen 9 12 core.
Oh, wow.
What do you say? It was like a $3,500 computer or
But
something.
that includes the monitor too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
The computer itself would be around $2,500.
Which one is it, Steve?
He built it.
Oh, okay.
He put in it the Ryzen 3900 12 core, and then it's got the
Was Ari just built one too?
2080 video card in it.
Right. That's the new one. Well, the latest. That's not the new one. They've got a new one coming out that is holy cow. Incredible. NVIDIA, not Ryzen. It's like they're in a fight with each other now between AMD and NVIDIA with these cards.
Yeah, well, they've been in a fight for 15 years.
Well, I know, but, you know, there wasn't much difference between a 2060 and a 2070 Ti. Or then they got to calling them 2080 and 2080 Super.
I'm still running my 1080 and it works great.
I'm running a 1060, and I normally
That's what I
no
have.
problems.
Well, rendering usually, I know on Premiere Pro, rendering doesn't use the video card. It actually uses the processor and RAM.
That's
So-
ridiculous.
No, I
Yeah,
make I hardware encode mine. There's a button where I can do
Yeah,
hardware
put
video
it over.
encoding,
Yeah.
and it uses the GPU.
Well,
Because it was
mine
nailing
renders.
it was nailing my CPU 100% through the whole thing. I think I'm going to
Wow.
burn this thing up.
It never takes me that long. I can a 20-minute video takes about 35, 40 minutes to render on this thing here in 4K. That's 4K out.
Took me to upload it to YouTube. Remember that, Ron? When I was texting him, it was like midnight, and I'm saying 3 hours to go.
3 hours.
Something.
Upload a video.
Well, that also is your internet speed going up.
I think it was YouTube because I checked that. I was my regular 100 down, 10 up. But I have never, it was a 15-minute video in 1080, 60p. Not even 4K. But it took 3 hours to upload it.
Huh.
That's crazy. Mine uploads quick, but then it says processing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Gets
And then
to
it's-
99% and stops.
even then,
I think that part has something to do with the load that YouTube's taking on right at that time, the processing part. Because you can go on there and upload a video at a real dead time and it'll process pretty quick. But if you get into the peak hours and you're trying to upload a video, the processing time is going to be more because the load is more on the other end server.
On the servers.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're probably right about that.
yeah. Yeah, just upload at off peak hours. Like I keep about 70 videos in my queue. I always upload it like real early in the morning where they'll process pretty quick. You know.
Hey, I see myself on there, Jim. Cool. So am I in your video there, Jim?
You're right there.
I see that. So that means that he got that.
He's rendering you right now.
Yeah, but that was from my live stream the other night. Oh, he was proving. I see what he did. He went on to my live stream and grabbed copyrighted material. and he's going to put that in his video. Oh. It's okay, Jim. You have my permission. Jim's mic is gone. I can't hear you. No, your mic is not working, Jim.
It's muted.
It is muted.
You got yourself muted, Jim.
why did it do that?
You muted it.
No, I didn't mute it.
You might have hit a keystroke or something when you
Okay.
had that window open. That'll do
Yeah.
that sometimes.
My
Yeah.
cursor was on the other screen, the other TV.
Huh.
So it couldn't have been me muting it. But anyway, no, Mitch, I put the GoPro up in front of the screen because I only needed to capture 3 seconds of
Yeah.
you saying, Jim, I'll meet you at noon.
Yeah, that's okay. You have my permission to use that because I was there at noon.
It's the comedy portion of the video. You'll see. Well, let me see if I can play this. Then.
I'll be right back.
No, go ahead. But the good news is, Jim, neither one of us drove 12 hours for this meetup. You know,
there
can
you
you
go.
imagine if some of these other guys who drive 10 hours, 12 hours for a meetup if they didn't show up? For me, it was like 12 minutes. You know.
All right, let me do this.
Biggest
Hey,
one yet was Dennis Lovelady come up to Pennsylvania, meet up. That had to be, gosh, that had to be 12 to 16 hours.
Yeah, that's yeah. Mike at Night Train is. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Didn't notice you there.
I drove 500 miles to catch one fish.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. You know, when I first started watching that video of yours, Art, and you're riding around in the ATV there,
Yeah.
the first thought I was thinking about what am I going to put in as a comment, and my first thought was Art Carlson, shaken, not stirred.
He looked scared to death.
Well, the funny thing is, we were coming back Saturday. It started raining. We weren't at the lake, Art, an hour?
No, yeah. If we got there 15 minutes later, it started raining. It was, yeah.
So we hung out for a bit. We're on our way back. The problem with South Dakota, a lot of the soil here, when it starts to get wet, it gets like slippery grease. Mm-hmm. And we're coming down the fire road, and then I cut down into this trail, and then the four-wheeler started to go sideways. I looked over at Art. He was hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
Look in his eye, and I'm like, "Aren't you okay?" He goes, "Yeah, just a bit."
Yep.
He was sliding around quite a bit, though.
Were you shooting pellets at the drone, or just making noise?
I was just shooting the laser.
You weren't shooting pellets. I wanted to see you shoot pellets to see if they would, if it hit the blades would throw them off.
Well, that'd just be more crap for me to pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there were a couple spots there where, I mean, it looked like we were going down a 45-degree embankment, and I'm like, "Oh God, don't go over it."
I was waiting for you to be holding on to the bars for dear life.
Yeah. Yeah, I kept thinking, oh, but here's Art. He gets flung out of the ATV as it was tumbling down the mountain.
Well, at least there was a drone there. They could have found you.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they'd have found the body.
Yeah.
All right. Now, do I have to take myself out in order to share, Mitch?
Probably, because there's only room for six. Well, who's not here? Brian is kind of temporarily gone up in the corner.
It's gone.
Who?
Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Steve.
Leading because I have to
Listen up. For
Brian's down there below. Sorry, Brian. I'm
Yeah.
in cross-eyed here.
All right.
Hey, you guys show up at my stream on Thursday night. It's my birthday. I'm having a birthday party.
Yeah. Sure, we'll be.
Please.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 30. I'm gonna be 39.
There you go. I've got a few questions for you about
I'm
this.
sure. Yeah, 39 years old. Yeah.
Times two.
Congratulations. Yeah. There it is. There's the copyrighted material.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
See, and he took out his.
All right. Now, let's see if you can hear this.
Anything else in Jim? I'll be at the park tomorrow at noon. How about
we missed Mitch. I texted him, and he wound up calling me. Said he was out here at 11 a.m. Okay. I dragged out the Osmo. Now I gotta put the Osmo X5 can. I gotta put the X5 can expire.
It's double playing the audio.
14 to 42 lens too. And there's the 14 to 42 lens too.
I didn't put music to this yet, but that's not the part that you got to see. Not Mitch in the golf cart. There was a guy off to the right. And Mitch, just so you know, we scoured the park looking for you. Old guy in a drone, does not own a black truck. Then where's the other one? Oh, old guy on the drone does not play baseball anymore. See, this is where I was trying to render it ahead of time. Not Mitch's car. None of these are owned by Mitch. Mitch not in the golf cart.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think I did spot one or two people.
Wasn't there a dog?
Mitch. Yeah. Mitch is going on and on. We can't hear him.
Come on.
I can unmute myself.
The search for Mitch continues.
On the left is the baseball fields, and on the left is where the guy took his dog to go poop and pee.
Not Mitch's dog.
And I'm sitting here right on the right-hand side. And right in the back there is a walk and go poop and pee. They actually made a spot. But here's the rec center coming up. And what do we see there? Oh, Mitch not in the rec center. And there's a couple of lakes here, and I didn't know if Mitch had drowned. But no.
Not found floating.
Mitch can swim. Oh, floating was spelled wrong. White car, not Mitch's. And that's the road you take to get in and out of this park. It's like a 5-mile road just to get into the park. This is the soccer fields. And there's a guy there. But wait, this man, you guessed it, also not Mitch. Then there was a guy mowing the lawn in a lawn tractor, but homie don't mow.
Mitch don't mow.
Oh my gosh.
Now, wait a minute. Check this out.
Hey, Mitch. I was looking for you in Jim's video tonight. The strange thing is, I couldn't find you. And what was even stranger was, Jim couldn't find you either. Where were you?
All right. That's all I got. Now let me stop sharing.
You need to put that in a baseball field far, far away and have it scroll up.
The host, did you mute my mic?
I muted everybody so you could hear the audio.
Oh, no wonder you couldn't hear me when I was on. I'm telling you how much I enjoyed it. That was fabulous. That's the best birthday present I got this year, man. The fact
I wanted it to play smoother. I don't know. I have to render it in order for it to play smooth.
Oh yeah, but that's great. I appreciate all the work you put into that too, Jim. I know you were doing it to get even with me, but it's great.
I made a comedy spoof out of it, actually.
Yeah, it's fabulous. No, it's absolutely great, and I can't wait to see it up on YouTube. And wait till you see the comment I'm going to put in there.
Okay.
Guess who just got blocked from Above and Beyond Drone?
Yeah, right. And my comment better get pinned.
See, I hate that when this thing skips and all that crap.
Well, that's going to happen when you're playing it because you got your computer running StreamYards. Now, this StreamYards app is a hog. I got to tell you. You
guys have to remember too. Where is he at? He's in his garage. How hot is it in the garage?
No, it's only like 70 degrees out.
But I mean, normally during the day when you started processing this stuff earlier.
I started, I did my backup at 5 a.m. I had the WD running its backup software. But, I started rendering this today, and I caught Ron but I wasn't able to catch Al or anybody or Steve or you guys to make your comments.
Do you see what you started, Jim? Look what's going on in the chat. These guys are still no Professor Mitch. They obviously missed the video that I played a little earlier of me at noon flying in the park on that very day.
I think I
waiting
have
for
that guy and his
waiting for Jim to show up.
Hey, did I do something to Brian or did Brian leave?
No, what happened to Brian?
Okay, there
he
it is.
disappeared
Good night,
into.
all.
Is he in the green room?
No, he wrote night all. Thanks for
Oh.
everything. Ron, I know where to find you.
Do.
Actually, because he wants to talk to you about that software?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when I looked at that software, it was $74, the Luminar 4. Was that what you guys got it at?
That was that. I'm trying to remember what that Easter price was, Steve. It was around 70 some bucks.
It was like 60 some, and then you got the extra package with it.
Yeah.
And something else.
Yeah. I didn't have to about 75 bucks. But you know what? I didn't have a good photo editor for the Mac. Excellent purchase. I'm very happy with it.
I have this thing called Photo Director, which I haven't fully checked out, but
It's $89 right now, regular price,
Still not bad.
with 2 licenses. What? I can't hear you.
Nobody's saying anything.
I was. He's telling me.
That's one thing I kind of like. Yeah, I actually downloaded it for my Mac, and then actually put it on my new laptop.
Oh,
Let me look
Bob's,
at my- I'll
Bob
look
was
at my
referring
email.
to couldn't find you in the video, Mitch.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what he
that's what I
means.
mean. Yeah, they were
Mental boys.
they were having fun with it, which is a good thing.
Mitch was in the trees retrieving the
Just in the
FPV.
trees, retrieving. Yeah. I was hiding. I just wanted to see if you'd show up, so I could stand you up.
He was up in the light tower.
Yeah, I was hanging up on one of those lights.
You
Me
know,
and Spank.
Mitch, you saved the video because it's 5 minutes of flying around a park. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Put music to that? But then the whole thing of Mitch is not there just popped into my head. And if I saw a guy, nope, not Mitch.
Not Mitch. Yeah.
Then the
Not
guy
Mitch,
on the
that's-
golf cart.
That's what they always say whenever there's a drawing to win anything. The winner is not Mitch.
Not Mitch.
You know,
Yeah. The winner is always Art. Art wins every damn thing.
I know. Art's busy right now.
I know.
All right, just FYI, the weather was crap again today.
Oh, well, good. It was beautiful here today.
Man, the weather's been great here, Jim, hasn't it? It's been gorgeous.
Yeah, actually, it has. Not too hot.
It's supposed to be
But I'll
nice.
tell you what, I got a
Fish.
little electric power washer now set up in my carport because every time I take my car out and come home, it's got a beard of love bugs smattered all over the front of it.
Did you get the Harbor Freight one? The 1600?
No, I got a real cheap one, electric one. I think I got it at Lowe's or Home Depot. Anyway, it works fine for what I need. You know, it's strong enough to wash my motorcycle. Yeah.
My neighbor
without
picked one up across the street.
Yeah, without blasting the paint off. Some of these more powerful ones, you're not careful, you blast the paint off of things.
You bet.
You know, but what I was thinking of, because I bought a leaf blower to blow dry the motorcycle, because Harley sells this tiny little friggin' thing.
No, use a leaf blower. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got one of those, but I was thinking about, I don't power wash the bike. I have this thing that it's a soap dispenser that when
Yeah.
you're shooting the hose, soap comes out through
Right.
here and makes it foam up. Because I was thinking of using a power washer, and I said to myself, well, what if that gets into the electrical out, plugins and all
Well,
that?
you don't put it right up close. You stand back a ways and it fans out.
I know that,
yeah.
but
Yeah, it works pretty good. And this little electric one is nice because you don't have the gas engine to deal with like so many of them have, and all the maintenance and oil changes and stuff that is involved with that. And it
Yeah.
only cost like $100. It was really pretty less than $100. It was pretty
yeah, that's
cheap.
why I asked if it was Harbor Freight. You can get some great stuff from there for cheap.
Yeah, I buy most of my tools there, but this one I think I found at Home Depot or it's green. It might be a Lowe's one. Everything at Home Depot is orange, so it might be from Lowe's.
Hey,
But,
Jim, I put it, there it is. The plus one is the one for $10 more. This is just the regular price though. This was not
No, that's not a sale. The one I saw for $74 was with something else. Something came with it. Amazing Planets came with it.
yeah. That was the one that maybe Ron got.
I got the middle one there.
And the California Sunset. I was looking at what I couldn't find separately the Aurora HDR to check out what it was.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what that is.
Yeah. Because I don't want to duplicate. When Al and I were talking, I think we were with you, Ron. I don't like to duplicate the software that I already have.
Right.
And I don't fully know, because I've got this Director Suite 365.
Right.
And every month they keep adding stuff it can do. I don't even know what that photo director can do yet. And I'm looking to go spend $75 on Luminar when I spent $86 for the whole year and all the suites. Let's see what comes with this thing. Application Manager. This thing really annoys me too, because it has, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. And you see, you can go down, you can download all these creative packs, they call them. See, food and drink, and then springtime LUT packs. I downloaded them. Rick Halber has downloaded every single one of these.
What are you going to use all that stuff
yeah, that's just it. I'm not going to use any of this vintage modern frame pack. I don't need that. But these are all the different packs you can download. But then when you get to things like the audio, it's like Photo Director has its own packs. And I don't even know what that program can do yet, so I'm not going to go downloading this stuff.
Right.
But when it gets to this media section, you're supposed to be able to download background music and sound clips. But as you can see, this is all it does. You sit there spinning. If I get rid of that and I upload the program, I can come into media content and go background music. And then it makes this whole friggin' list. But these are all samples. You know what I mean? Of their free music, which I think it doesn't tell you. But look, 3.5 megabytes. So it's like, oh, this one's, there's the time, 1:30.
Yeah.
Okay. The ones I was looking at, because if you go, Sound Clips, I think, is the one I was looking at. And they're very short. See, 20 seconds. Kind of like.
Do you have a way of previewing those? Is there like a little play button there where you can preview it?
Yeah, you can just press it.
Yeah.
And then play it over here. Well, I got to unplug me here so you can hear it.
No, don't. No, it's all right.
All it is a damn airplane.
Oh, boy.
Airport announcement. You lost. That's the airport announcement.
Oh, I thought they were going to say the red zone is for loading and unloading.
There you go, Mitch.
That's my ambiance crowd loop.
Don't leave your luggage unattended.
Mitch, I thought that was the white zone.
Well, I think you're right. I think the white zone is for loading and unloading, but they had a red zone in there for something.
Hey, Jim, I found the video clip for the Aurora HD if you want to see it. Now, we won't get into problems playing a commercial, will we? I don't want you getting into problems.
No, I don't think you can get in trouble. I mean, they want you to do it.
Yeah, so here we go. Let's see, how in the hell am I gonna? I'm wearing my headphones, so I can't let you hear the sound, but you can at least see the video.
Do you think they would get upset at you playing the sound? I mean, you're playing their advertisement for them.
Is that Rachel Maddow down there?
Yeah, it's just like automatically adding LUT packs, but in that AI fashion, like Luminar is already doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm in the AI, with AI structure or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's almost kind of doing the same thing.
Yes, it is. See, now what we do is we go and pick a frame, and then it'll ask you what you want to do. If you want to edit the video, it's like if I want to. This is what I was talking to you at earlier, Ron. I added a LUT to it, and then I didn't know how to get out of this because this was so big that this, where it says back, was not on the file. But you can sit here and add these presets, and some of them, I mean, that's not bad, but some of them are just absolutely crazy.
Right.
Like, I don't like when they make it so dark, but you can come up here and take it from 100 on down.
Like that one there, you seem like you kind of, that last one, you kind of lost your dynamic range there.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
You don't want to screw with your dynamic range, man.
Yeah.
Arctic blue. I mean, who would ever put this on it? Well, I don't know. Maybe a sky video?
Have you ever seen, Jim, some of these esoteric directors who make these movies and use a LUT on the whole entire movie and give it a blue cast or?
Yes.
That's what some of those are for. Dick Tracy, the movie they made, Dick Tracy. Remember the colors and all that? That they use these kind of LUTs and apply it to the entire thing, and it just creates a mood.
Now, see, if you bring this down to half, to 50%, it doesn't look bad. But I don't like the darkness. Now, what does this mean? Look, I have a plus sign there. I can come and apply a LUT to a certain part of a video?
What are you talking about, Jim?
You see the screen? Oh, you can't see my cursor moving. This here lets me change the part of the video.
That may just be to zoom in to look at it.
And this here is a before and after shot.
Oh, okay.
Of the LUT you're applying. So, like, if we
I like that. Yeah.
If we do what Mitch was talking about, let's see. This is called color pop.
Ooh,
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sky. It's dark green.
Yeah, it blew out your sky to green.
Yeah.
And again, that's where I was kind of seeing last night. with Al, where he was showing me in Final Cut where you could pick your different colors, and it would actually just basically change those colors, in your clip.
Red, green, or blue, right?
Right.
Now, okay, building off of that, what you just said, this is called highlight. Now, I can lower it. Okay, that's 37%. I still don't like the sky.
I don't like it. Yeah, it's darkening the trees too much also.
Right, right.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was talking
Well,
to Ron about.
you've got a very nice, realistic looking original there. So, chances are anything you do to it is going to make it worse.
It was a little pale.
Well, brighten up the exposure just a shot.
Now, don't forget, this is with the X5 Micro Four Thirds camera.
No, when I say the exposure, you could do that in post. You got to have an adjustment for exposure, and that'll just brighten up the whole image.
No, I know, but I'm trying to find out where do I do that. Those are in downloaded presets. These are LUTs that Kenny gave us.
No, but you got to have a way to color grade without using LUTs.
Yeah.
There's got to be a control panel in there that gives you the curves, and you can blow up the greens or the shadows or the highlights or the blacks.
Oh, look at that. That's thumbnail view.
Yeah, like in this one, Jim, I like the original better in this one.
Yeah, the original was shot with a great camera.
Yeah.
What the heck is HDR Dawn?
Some name that they gave it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much contrast, though.
I don't see anything.
That's
over on the right-hand side.
The sun hasn't come up yet.
Holy cow. I don't. Look how here it looks at the bottom where it says HDR Dawn. It looks like there's a transparent part at the bottom there.
Maybe it's not working or something.
Let me go back.
Not available.
But Mitch, is that, let's see, create. Save current adjustments, no. Copy current adjustments.
There's got to be a place where you can make those adjustments before you
manual.
Save them. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I'm doing. So bump up, make your image full screen so you can see what on the right hand side there. You had it split screen. Make it full screen. You made the wrong side full screen.
Go back to the 2. And now
you got an exposure and a contrast, and you've got probably one that says shadows and highlights and blacks. And
I don't want the after. I just want
the before.
Yeah.
That's the after right
there. Is that still using that other? Yes, all adjustments will be reset. Why are we not seeing
you had this LUT selected evidently.
Holy Christ. Where is it? That LUT, we didn't get rid of that? That preset is still on there?
It must be because that black side of the screen happened when you selected that HDR Dawn thing.
How do I get rid of that?
I don't know. It's your program.
Remove the selected clip. Well, hey, this is what this is all about. Finding out what this crap does.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to put another one on there until I get rid of everything. Okay, there it is.
Okay, now that was the before after.
You need to get rid of it. Get out of your LUTs. Get out of those.
I'm hitting undo. Reset applied presets is what I'm hitting. So there's no after because we didn't do anything.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but you should be able to do away with the split screen. You had it up there, the original up there, whole screen.
I know. Why isn't it showing it? New clips in storyboard at full screen. What does that do? No.
Evidently that.
That just makes it full screen. We don't need that.
Yeah. No, you don't want that.
Now, if we go back to the split screen, it comes secondary monitor. No.
What did you hit? What did you hit to see the before and after thing?
All right, I'm hitting that again.
Slide it over so you're just seeing the before.
It doesn't. When I do that, it keeps going to after.
Oh.
There's nothing here. Okay, let's just apply a friggin' LUT so there's something there. All right?
That's it. Whatever you just did. Oh, that's the after.
Yeah, I'm applying the HDR Vivid LUT. But we can go, let's go into manual, and you see the RGB histogram?
Yeah.
We can play with that.
Well, what you can do now is you can move those sliders around. Let's say exposure, contrast.
You got regional adjustments, and you can pick. I believe you can pick the area, right? Motion tracking mask.
You can do that with masks, but I don't. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, it's got gradient mask, motion tracking mask, and radial filter. Let's see what radial filter is.
So you can create masks. Let's suppose you just wanted to affect the sky and nothing else.
Right, right.
Well, you would create a mask.
Look at that! Look at that! That is cool.
Yeah, and you can put the masks on there, and you can actually have those masks. Evidently, there's one that says motion, so you can tie them and have it move as the video moves.
That's wild.
Yeah. Those gradient masks, Jim, where you can actually kind of cut your video in thirds. You can do it on a horizontal, on a vertical, or even on a diagonal, and pick which third that you want. That's one of the things I've been learning with Luminar, is doing a gradient mask.
Okay, this is the motion tracking mask. This is the gradient mask right here. Now, I don't think I can freeform it and just pick that sky. I think I have to come across.
You do.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So you can flip that any angle that you want.
Right.
So you would start at the top, draw it down into the horizon, from the top to the horizon line. You don't have any sky in this picture, really, but if you had sky in the top half of the picture, you would draw it straight down from the top, not at an angle.
We had sky, didn't we?
Well, we had a sliver of sky. There might be
no. I mean,
but
somewhere in this damn clip.
Just that tiny little bit in the upper
Tilt
right
your
corner.
gimbal up.
He can. He's looking for Mitch.
Tilt your gimbal up. I love that. Now, just like a vector scope, shouldn't I be able to play with the RGB screen up there?
Yeah, but get that stuff out of there that you got on there now. You just want to look at the plain screen when you're doing the RGB stuff, and you're going to go into, like Mitch was telling you, you're going to go into your exposure, your contrast, and adjust it there.
All right, so get away from the mask.
Yeah, get it out of there. Go back.
What is
go
this
back
one?
to the features.
This one says selection mask, so I can actually select the areas.
Right.
All right, let's see if I can. Oh, I love it. Look at this. It's doing it.
Where?
I'm following the road along. Now, this whole area has been selected.
We don't see
Let's
that.
see which area. You don't see the dots?
No.
Nah, they're probably too small for us to see.
Oh, they're right. Oh, you can't
The
see
blue line?
Yeah, you see these dots.
Yeah, I see it.
And the blue line. That's the selection mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little squares.
So move the slider and see move one of the sliders and see what happens.
Oh, okay. I see that blue line.
Okay. Now. That was the temperature. Let's do exposure. I don't see anything happening.
You probably have to draw an object shape, not just a line, but you probably have to define an area.
I can't move that line.
Hey, Jim, I'm gonna bump
Yeah.
out here.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. Good seeing you guys. Mitch, I'll see you
See you Thursday night, buddy. Okay.
All right. Steve, good to see you.
See ya, Art.
Ron,
Yep.
Jim, Art. Later.
Yeah, see you, Art.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care. Have a good
I
night.
get to move up. I get to move up a little bit.
Mitch, I got so many squares on here now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You know,
You need to get out of the high tech and just go to the general overall. You're trying to go into something that
Yeah.
you need to do. Just
The
get
hard
out
thing
of
for
there.
us here is we can't see your program, so we don't know how to help or, you know.
You can't see this program right now?
Well, we see it, but we don't know. You know, we can't see. We see the blue dots. I see the picture.
Right.
yeah, but I don't see an enclosed shape. I see a couple of blue lines that go from point to point, but I don't see an area defined by those lines.
Right.
Yeah, he's got them all connected together. I can see it. It goes around the road and comes in, and then he's got another line just above the
Yeah,
oh,
but
just
does it
above the
go?
bottom of the screen. But he's got one that cuts perpendicular between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
But does it end where it started?
Yes. In the
Okay.
corner here.
There you
Can
go.
see that?
Now you're yeah. Okay. Well, now you've made a change.
Oh, okay.
You've bleached out the field there.
Yeah.
You
Now-
whitewashed it.
Okay. What did I do to do that?
You're the
RGB
one-
channel.
We can't tell what you're moving.
Yeah.
Let me get my crystal ball out here.
No. I mean, oh, it's got sliders. Okay. You see the red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
got
you can make
sliders.
the trees red. Yeah, you can make the trees all. Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, you could probably make the trees all red,
This is what I was talking about. So
like the beginning of that Star Trek, that one Star Trek movie where they were on that planet with all the red trees.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
I wonder why I did just the green on the trees and not. The
That's
green.
how they. That's how they do that. They just say, okay, we're gonna just change. We're gonna change the greens to red, blue
So
trees.
they did just the green on the trees, not the grass.
Look at this.
That'd
You
be
can
a-
move the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
okay.
go.
Yeah.
Looks like a kite.
Yeah.
So then, Jim, can you you can reshape that area, correct? Am I
Yes.
understanding?
Yes. Oh, that is so sweet.
Oh wow, that's pretty badass.
We're gonna see some real artsy stuff coming from Jim here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Now, see, what do I need Luminar for if I can do this? That's what
It's
my
just
point
a lot.
was.
It's a lot of work.
Well, if you're on video, we're Luminar for photo.
And oh, look at that. Whoa, look, I can bend the curves.
And make your trees pink.
Pink. Yeah.
They are
small pink.
They're what?
I want to see those trees greener, and I want to see little orange dots all over it. We can pretend that there's an orange grove.
There are no orange groves in Florida.
Well, as I said, we can pretend.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my grandfather used to send us up oranges from here, from Harvey's Groves.
Well,
They've
they
shut
still have
down.
Harvey's is still here. They open up every fall
No,
There's
that
one
store's
on-
been shut down
on US 1.
in Rockledge. Been shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
I moved out of there 4 years ago. They were open, but they still have
Chicago.
orange. They still have
Where?
orange groves. They still have orange groves in south of here, all along
Oh,
Route 27.
I have seen sugarcane fields, but I
No,
haven't.
they got
seen groves.
they got orange groves. They still got orange groves. If
That's
you
All
drive
right.
down
Make more rum.
yeah.
So basically, I can select an area and change its colors.
Yeah, but
You
if
can do
things,
that.
remember, now you're dealing with video, so if things are moving around, you have to create a motion mask. And I don't know how the hell you would do that. That's something you need to practice.
It's
Figure out how to do that.
because it has that feature.
Yeah, but just doing it on one still frame is not going to accomplish something in
Yeah.
a video. Yeah.
What does that do in the video?
Well,
Does it
somehow
stick with it?
Somehow it has to be tied. I mean, in Adobe, you have that in After Effects, you have the ability to do motion tracking. And, you know, if you've ever seen these videos where a title or a text will come up kind of at an angle sideways, and it'll just look like it's nailed to the video. It looks like it's part of the video, and as the video moves. Steve, you leaving?
No, I'm saying hello to Gareth.
Oh, he's waving. Okay.
Now, this is the motion tracking mask. How in goodness name would that work? I don't
know.
You have started creating a mask on a different video frame that cannot be connected to the original. Cyberlink Color Director will create a new mask and assign it to a different mask layer. Go back to the previous mask if you want to continue editing the previous mask. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Once you finish adjusting the mask shape, click this. I can highlight my own sky. You see this?
I wonder, Jim, if that that I don't know what you call it, the shape mask that you just did, if that's for a video that you're staying stationary, or like I said, like Mitch said, is there any kind of a motion mask?
You finished adjusting the shape mask. Click the Start Motion Tracking button again to continue the tracking for this mask. All right, where's that button?
I don't know.
Click the Start Motion Tracking button again to continue tracking. All right. Where's the Start Motion button? Is that it?
Obviously, you already clicked it because it's telling you to click it again.
Yeah, right? Invert the mask. I don't need to do that because you guys can see
But you still have that mask from before up there.
Yeah, but it just told me that's on a different video frame.
No, that's on a different frame in the video.
Yes.
But the mask is still there, though.
Click the Start Motion Tracking. All right. Well, where the hell is it? I'll click it. I'm game.
Now you've got purple and blue and...
But that lake looks a hell of a lot bluer than it did before. On my end,
LUT.
anyway.
You still have a LUT applied.
Oh, that vivid LUT that we put on? Yeah.
That's what's giving you all those bright colors and things.
Hey, no Mitch.
See this? How this field's all fenced off? And there's the guy right there. There's the guy.
But it's not Mitch, not me.
Not Mitch either, right?
No.
No, but it's the bastard walking his dog to go pee in it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Where was the dog? Is that's like, didn't you have a part in there where it's like, this is not Mitch's dog?
Yeah. I did, but I don't know because some of that. Remember, I told you the video was over 5 minutes long.
I'm never going to hear the end of this.
Probably won't, Mitch.
No, not at all. Now, how do I get rid of everything and start back from fresh?
Oh, wow. Shut the whole program and reopen
Yeah,
it.
don't save it.
Don't save it.
I'll hit back. And it should have asked me if I wanted to save any of that crap.
Just push close.
X.
I did. I went back already. We're back in the editor.
No, I'm saying close the whole editor and start.
Control Alt Delete.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Format space C drive / semicolon C.
There we go.
There he is.
The infamous.
We're back at Mitch's blue.
Yeah. Jim,
I've got fan in the garage. Boy, can you hear that fan?
Yeah.
And Jim, I'll be at the park tomorrow at noon.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, stop.
It's nice copyrighted material.
Well, see, now at least I know I can do that stuff. I didn't know I could do that stuff.
It's a lot of work,
Hello,
though. Very
Brian.
time consuming to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch, when I was with Dan, everything was shot in H.265 from the Mavic 2 Pro. I forgot that I had left it in that mode. And that is pure hell.
I know. I don't like
trying
that at all.
to.
I sent healthcare.
Oh, I missed Ari.
To keep him from suicide watch as he was rendering that video.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yeah. Who said Ari? Oh, by Art. I thought somebody said Ari was in here.
And BMAX Aerial Visuals thinks this is the Saner channel.
Saner.
As opposed to who? Who's the nut
Read the
job?
next one down. Where I posted back to
More
it.
like Insight, yeah.
Next one.
He says not where he just came from. So obviously there's some lunacy going on out there.
What am I missing? What channel? Oh, were you at Philly Mike's channel?
Oh, has Mike got something going?
I think I got an alert that he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philly and Ron show. Ron who?
Ron Brown.
Oh, now
That's,
there's see, to me that's the most unlikely
right
pair of guys.
That's
that
what
you'd
I
ever
said.
Find.
That was like, what was the name of that old TV show that used to be on the two guys?
Mutt and Jeff,
No.
Abbott and Costello.
The Magpies. Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, the Odd Couple.
Yeah,
the Odd
that's
Couple.
it. The Odd Couple.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. I thought you were going for the Rowan and Martin team.
Oh, no, not a comedy.
So Rick
A lot of
Halbert
live
paid
streams.
$89 for that Luminar. Rick, did you get the night pack with it? What was that called? The moon pack or whatever? Not the sunset pack. Oh, the tiny planet pack.
God, this is all too much for me. Shoot the video in a camera, throw it in the editor, chop it up a little.
But Mitch, that
Spread
is
it around.
cool. That is cool for me to know now that I can outline that sky and make this just the sky the color I want.
Yeah, you could do that. The guys are doing that in stills all the time. They're turning these stills that are blah into fairyland looking, Disney looking stuff just by selecting just little tiny pieces of it and adjusting the colors all over the place.
Some of the LUTs, and if you see the AI packs that they had on here, it's just that. They have one called Comic. So you could make your whole video look like a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Is that some way you really want to go with your video?
You never know, bud. It all depends. It's personal taste.
Look at all the thumbnails and stuff like that the people have on. They've turned them, like the whole video, into like a cartoon comic book series.
In Adobe, they use Lightroom for that. That's the big photo editor where you import a raw photo and you can do anything to it. But I don't use any of that stuff.
Lightroom and Lightroom Classic and
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a classic now?
Well, they when they came out with the CC, the Creative Cloud stuff, they made a lot of changes to the way these things worked. And there were so many photographers that have been using Lightroom for years and had their entire catalog of hundreds of thousands of photos all cataloged in Lightroom. And then all of a sudden, it didn't look like it used to. They made a stink. So they left the Lightroom Classic available.
Brian is going to go live when the Blue Angels fly over his house. Funny story. The Blue Angels back in the day used to fly the A4 Skyhawk, which was my aircraft I worked on in the Marines. The A4 and the F4. The A4 Skyhawk and the F4 Phantom were my, I was an aircraft structural mechanic. Those were my babies. Until the AV-8A Harriers came in.
Yeah.
And we
good
flew
friend.
Yuma, Arizona. There's a bombing range because there's a Yuma proving grounds between Yuma, Arizona and Steve's house. There's the mountain range, which is used as a bombing range.
Up by 29 Palms.
Yeah. Jim, I'll have to take you over to the base here and see the B1. I have a couple connections if you're interested in seeing it. That's unbelievable aircraft. Unreal.
It's huge.
Oh,
You ever seen
You know,
a G5 Galaxy where the whole front of the aircraft comes up
Yeah.
and that's how they load it? You could
Yeah.
fit 2.5 C-130s inside that C5 Galaxy.
really?
You can put two. You run on a train. If they could put tracks on it, you could take a locomotive and run it in, run it out. I've seen them put 3 of the. God, what were the name of those tanks?
Are they like M5s or something now? What are they
I
called?
saw them put 3 of them in one time.
Huge aircraft.
We flew on those. Those were our planes. We'd fly on the C-141s or the C-5As.
Prop jobbers.
Yeah, but now there's a C-5Ms, or it was the E's, and now I think they're all the way up to the M class.
It's like those B1s right now, Rapid City and somewhere in Texas. Yeah, Texas are the only 2 places in the U.S. that house the B1.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're coming up with, is it the B2 or B22? That'll be in the next 2 to 3 years. And they're saying this area right here is the economy is just going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
That's nice. You know, Ron, my first father-in-law, my first wife's father, worked for North American in California. And he was a chemical engineer, and he was on the B1 project, on the original, the first prototype. And he told this story the night before they were going to roll that first prototype out to show it off to the world. Okay, the thing had not been flown. They built it. And the next day they had every dignitary coming in. You know what they put on when they roll these new airplanes out. Somehow hydraulic fluid leaked along the bottom side of this airplane and ate up all the paint.
Jeez.
Okay, so he gets a call at home. At 10, 11 o'clock at night. His name was Eldon. Eldon, you better get out here. So he gets dressed and he goes out there. And they were already trying to paint the bottom, but it wouldn't stick because this hydraulic fluid had actually kind of soaked into the metal a little bit, you know. And they, so all night long he invented a brand new special solvent to clean the metal enough where they could paint it. And he and a couple of other guys spent the entire night underneath this B-1 bomber with a rag in one hand and a paintbrush in the other, painting the bottom of this airplane white, and they got it done just in time to roll it out the next day.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, of course, nobody ever heard about that. That was one of those things they didn't want to brag about, but it was an interesting story.
One of my friends here in Rapid City, he's a pretty interesting individual. He's been in 2 different branches of the aircraft or the military. He was in the Marines and the Air Force, and he's 82 now. He speaks all over the nation. He's a speaker for the U.S. military, and but he's led an unbelievable life in the military. He was a U.S. spy for about 10 years. He told me he lived the double life for about 10 to 12 years.
Well, then he wasn't in the Marines and the Air Force. He was in the CIA.
Yeah.
No, he was in. Well, I don't know.
Keep going. I'm just making it funny.
Yeah.
No,
But,
he was connected with them.
he was real good friends with Colin Powell, and he's got like all kinds of pictures with him and Colin Powell over his house. But anyhow, he's the one that got me in the base. And actually, I mean, to get permission to get inside of one of those B1s, it takes some. Hey, I know that guy.
Rick,
Live from the hospital.
Rick, you got to stay out of that hospital. I thought I told you that already.
Like a pretty outfit you get on too. Nice bright yellow.
Gotta love the gowns.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 Okay, great.
How you feeling, bud?
Oh, okay. Just waiting for my pain medicine.
Oh, you don't have the push button?
No.
I hate that. The nurse says, okay, I'll be right back with it. Half hour later, you're like, I was in pain a half hour ago.
Yeah, she told me you have to wait for 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'll be an hour from now, yeah.
Yeah, especially in this time.
So, Rick, they ruled out the heart, so it's just the leg that's our problem now with the diuretic.
Yeah, pretty much. They're giving me some stuff to make me pee it out and get the leg to start swelling, or get the swelling out of my leg. It was starting to look better, but they did a CT scan and no blood clots or anything, and so everything, all the tests they did came back okay so far.
That's good news. So what do we get to need? What do we have to get for you that you can watch YouTube on your recliner chair with your darn legs up, since you're a non-compliant patient?
I don't know.
Because we'll get it.
We'll have to work on that.
We'll just tell us what you need, bud.
Yeah. I'm okay on my chair as long as I don't sit there for 8 hours.
But you do. Like the rest of us.
Yeah. I've been laying in bed lately, but I don't want to just be laying in bed all the time.
Yeah. When I talked with him the other day, he was in bed.
Steve saying something? I can't tell.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't hear Steve talking.
Aw.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
We'll pass it on to him then. I said, yeah, I was talking with Rick the other day and he was laying in bed.
He said that Steve just said that he was talking to you the other day and you were in bed, Rick.
Let me go out and come back in and see what happens.
Oh, okay. All right, try that.
Sometimes that happens to Adrian when he's using his iPad.
Yeah.
It's happened to me.
I'm using my phone. I never do. I'm going to drop back out. I just wanted to stop in and say hello.
Well, I hope you feel better, Rick. Get the hell out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Huh?
Good to see you.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
I
could hear me on his side.
Yeah, there was. I heard we could hear that too.
Okay,
but you don't want to get started trying to fix his audio. Just listen.
Yeah.
And normally, for some reason, if you drop out and come back, it works. Right, Ron?
It's something with stream. Mike Roche always had that problem. Whenever he would come on one of my live streams, he would he could only hear half the people. The other people he couldn't hear.
And that is crazy.
I don't know. I don't understand. That's some glitch somewhere.
Hey, do you guys know the C-17? I'm not familiar with that, the Global Master.
Yeah.
You guys have seen one?
Oh, yeah. I used to bring them out at Hunter Liggett.
Yeah. It's like a newer scaled down model of the C5A. It's a lot smaller.
Oh, it's smaller.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Because like Steve was saying, you could move half a fleet with the C5A. They had them out here at Patrick for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Air Force Base. But there's a rescue squadron out of there. So they didn't really use them a lot.
British military used to come over to Hunter Liggett in a C-17, and they used to do their it was weird. Like they would come all that way just to come out to our base to do their nighttime paratrooping. It's like, wow, that's a long way to go just to jump out of an airplane.
And the first question is why would you jump out of a perfectly good flying plane?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the old joke.
That's why pilots don't skydive.
Yeah. Yep.
We used to say this. You ever heard? We used to say there's two reasons. One was why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? The other one we used to say was there's only two things that fall from the sky. That'd be fools. No, fools and bird shit.
The C-17 has tilt wings.
Yeah.
That's like the old pilot
Brent.
from Poland I used to fly with.
Brent's here.
He
Hi,
used to tell me
Brent.
flying was dangerous. I said, flying isn't dangerous, just the landing part that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it. In fact, a lot of people. There's a statistic that people find hard to believe that I tell them, and that is that 99.999% of all aircraft accidents actually occur on the ground.
Yep.
Moving them.
Yeah.
No. Think about that for a second. 99.99% of all aircraft accidents happen on the ground.
I said
There you go,
moving
Jim.
them because they get moved with the yellow trucks that are all steel.
Yeah, but that's not what I meant. Think again, Jim.
Yeah, think on this, Jim.
Think.
They
When
all
an airplane
land on the ground.
No, when an airplane has an accident and a crash, it doesn't crash until it gets to the ground. You know, it's not having an accident in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that goes back to the joke. It's not the
There you
fall
go,
that
Jim.
kills you; it's the sudden
Yeah.
stop.
You can show
Exactly.
that.
Is that the Global Master?
That's a C-17.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should get ourselves one of those and make it and fix it up inside like a big, luxury motorhome.
There you go.
Hey, while I'm thinking of it, Mitch, I had a question for you from last night.
Yeah.
Reference to the helicopter you used to fly. In that, do you have on your controller, do you have, I guess whether it be dials or like throttles for like your right and left trim? In other words, like in a regular helicopter, you have your right and left pedal, for your trim.
Yeah,
You have that on the controller?
You mean for yaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, your left stick, just like in a drone.
Oh, okay.
Your left stick, left and right, is going to yaw the tail,
Right.
the tail rotor, and the
So
left
when you-
thing is.
When you increase and reduce power, you got to play with your yaw.
No, that'll have that'll be that's automatically mixed in the
it's
software that runs. Yeah, you don't have to deal with that. There's a setting in the setup where you tell it to compensate. It's a torque compensation kind of thing that you actually have gyros that are controlling the tail position, just like in a quad. So the PID loop will automatically adjust if it sees that the heading is going off and you didn't command it. It'll automatically apply that
okay.
anti-torque to the tail rotor to
Right.
keep it straight. So
where's your anti-torque on that controller? But it's
yeah,
automatic.
yeah, and there is a setting that for high throttle settings, really abrupt collective moves, which might give you a little wobble where it wiggles a little, and,
Right.
and these settings basically say that if the throttle changes X percent in X percent of time, in other words, if it changes 60% in 100 milliseconds, that means you've jammed the throttle up. Then you need to it's like a feed forward kind of thing. Apply additional correction in anticipation of the fact that the helicopter is going to get a lot of torque.
Right.
And those are fine tuning adjustments that you do as you're flying it. If you notice these things, you go in and tweak them up. But normally the settings right out of the box on the software are designed for reasonable changes in throttle.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course the throttle is controlled by a curve that's connected to the amount of collective pitch.
Okay.
So whereas in a helicopter like you fly, they must have auto throttles on them that automatically increase the throttle as you increase collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have
And
the manual on the collective as well. You can
you have a manual, but they
Steve,
also
throw
have
up a picture of the C5. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, but it works just like a full size helicopter, especially a fly by wire full size helicopter, a real big one,
Right.
where all that stuff is handled by the computer, and the pilot is just inputting what he wants the thing to do, and the machinery does what it has to give him exactly what he's commanding, and that's how all of our drone flight controllers work.
Right. It's like I know, whenever you increase power, you throw in left pedal. You reduce power, you throw in right pedal.
Yeah, it's like in an airplane. Same thing in a single engine airplane, especially a tail dragger. That thing wants to veer off you got to hit the rudder when you apply power. That thing wants to go off.
Yeah.
Now you can see the difference of how big that is.
Yeah.
That looks like a 747 lounge area up there.
This is actually seating up on top here.
Yeah.
And you come up a ladder in the inside of the jet, and there's actually seating up there because when you have cargo, but like for us, we would load the patients up forward. We'd load them forward, and then equipment is filled in the back half from about just forward of the wing. Going back, that would be usually the cargo.
That's what Third Eye Blind was saying. Third Eye Blind, that's a band. Third Eye View. He said that he actually sat in one. I'm trying to find his comment. He sat in the middle, and he had a tank and a helicopter behind him.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, C5s are freaking huge.
Yeah, the first time I'd seen him from far away, but the first time I saw him up close, we were marching from after I went through basic, and I was going to medical aerovac school, went to Shepherd Air Force Base, and we're marching to go to school, and when we got there, the sergeant, and I looked over and I go, "Boy, that guy must be a midget," and he goes, "What are you talking about?" I says, "Look at that guy standing inside the engine." He goes, "Must be a midget." The guy goes, "That's my friend, and he's 6'1", and he's standing up. So when you're looking at the entrance to the center hub, he was just above that because it's 9 foot in the opening.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how big are the nacelles on a Dreamliner 777? The engine nacelles.
I don't know.
Do you know how big they are?
A lot smaller.
The engine nacelles on that plane are as big as the fuselage on a 737.
Wow.
I mean, you could put 10, 6 seats across inside one of those nacelles.
Yeah.
They're incredibly I saw I think it was the C5A in Dulles Airport in Washington, Northern Virginia. In the early 70s. It was like 1970. It was an air show. I think it was Transpo 72. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first time that I actually saw one of those C5As. And the thing that marveled me about it was it looked like it wasn't moving.
Yeah.
It's so big. Okay, Ron.
Yeah, I got to cut out.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaving here in a few minutes too. Getting kind of
Jim,
late.
Great show. Good seeing everybody.
Jim.
Everybody in the chat, have a good night, and we will chat at you all later.
Yep. Love talking with you, Ron.
All right, guys.
All right,
take
buddy.
care.
Ron.
Take care.
Yeah,
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll cut it in a minute here.
Yeah. Hello, Brent.
Yeah. Yeah, Brent's in here. Mike Roche just passed 500 subs. Hey, how about that?
Very cool.
For him.
He's a happy
Good for
camper.
him.
Now, I know
Yeah.
Bob's a happy camper too. He's got that new computer. He got a Apple Mac
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
he picked
Wow.
up.
Well, Jim, I'm gonna bow on out, And I had a great time. It was funny. Thanks for picking on me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's fun. That's a fun video.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I never had anybody care that much about where I was. I'll tell you, it's a good, warms my heart. Thank you.
But you know how big that park is, and
I know it's huge,
and it's empty. So, like, there's nothing to really. There's a cricket field in the middle of the damn thing.
I know. I fly there sometimes. You can fly drones because they have a nice big covered area with benches, and you can set up and sit there, and then fly out over the cricket field. It really is an incredible fact that we can actually fly there. It's outside of any controlled airspace. The park management
doesn't
not
care,
only they don't care. In fact, if you're flying, they'll go mow somewhere else until you're done. They're terrific. So
well, as you know, inside that big rec center, they've had FPV flying in there.
Well, that's where I go with the little whoops. I've made some videos. Yeah, but the COVID thing has kind of put the kibosh on that. First thing they did was that's a polling place.
Yes.
So 3 weeks before the primary back in March, they had already closed us out of there. That was before COVID. But then COVID came along, and they haven't reopened it up yet. So I used to go there Thursday mornings. Every Thursday morning, all the guys with the tiny little foamy airplanes and things fly there. Anyway, I will see you guys on Thursday night, and thanks for having me in. I appreciate it. Steve,
thanks for coming.
Always an honor to talk to you.
Always a privilege, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
I was hoping to have that rendered and done so it would play smoothly and we'd all get the joke, but no.
That's all right. I will feature it on my show on Thursday.
Okay.
So be there. Night, guys.
All right, night. And with that, Stephen, let us call it a good night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Take care. I was just saying, getting back to everybody there. Have a good night. Robert saying he had to fly all the way to Kuwait from Tucson on the C5A. I'm sorry you had to ride in it that long.
Back in '98. Wow, I wonder how long a ride that was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Your audio breaking up.
Is it called Davis Moffat? All right. Well, anyway, let me end the broadcast. Good night, guys.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe.